Wait.
Wait.
Wait. Why do they always say wait?
All right, let's just double check our audio before we get going too
Hold
far
the
here
train.
Hang on.
Nice. No, this is like Carnival Cruise. We're leaving without you.
Yeah, right?
Enjoy the Bahamas, bitch.
Yeah. You live here now.
Which I think is, you know what? I think that's a very important thing to teach adults, to be on time.
Yes.
You know? Like, because if you watch the videos, if you're running down the dock and they see you, they're still pulling the ramps. Like, you're late, brother. And they want to get mad about it. No, be on time. Yeah. Teach adults responsibility.
Also, especially something like that, like you're inconveniencing 1,000 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway, welcome to Vampires and Vitae.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us at our table. Obviously, if you're a fan, you saw a little bit of a hiccup last week.
A little bit. Yeah. It was like an all-system failure last week.
Yeah, we have...
It happens every season.
Yeah, we have... It does, actually.
At least twice.
Yeah, right. We have multiple backups to make this all never happen, and they all just decided to crap out at the same time. So... like we normally do, we're going to throw it back to Tyler, gives a little bit of recap, but we're all going to kind of pitch in on this one, get the audience a little bit closer to what we were doing because we did miss a whole episode. So
I'll throw it back, y'all.
Yeah, I was gonna
All right, so the whole episode is just gone. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, it's toast. I have, so just background for everybody in case anybody cares. I do have a ticket in with Rode, who are the people who made all of our microphones and our board and stuff that we use. And I've sent them a clip of the audio, trying to figure out what happened and trying to figure out if it's just the lifespan of the equipment that is just nearing the end and we need to get prepared for that or whatever. But they've been very responsive. And I'm just waiting for them to come back with exactly what's happened with the audio. And hopefully we'll have some answers soon just on our end of things. So that's kind of where it stands right now. In terms of cameras, things look a little bit different. We're trying to eliminate extension cords and things like that to try to keep the cameras going properly. So we're trying to figure it all out.
Yep.
Also, Sean spilled a soda on the motherboard.
Yeah, that was totally Sean's fault.
Should I do that?
No.
I was like,
Gaslit like a motherfucker.
oh, yeah, easily.
Speaking of gaslighting, let's get into that.
Yeah, right.
So I'm going to go over the main things that happened because I don't want to bog you down with every little thing that happened because although it's sad to have lost it temporarily, maybe we'll get it back. What you really need is the main points, and there was only a couple big things that happened, and it boils down to the conductor obviously found out that the book had gotten burned, and he slowed time for everybody. Through different methods, we were able to break through this inability to move to where we could kind of move in slow motion. Rose was able to, with the work of Gran, create like a little time bubble to, get through it. When we got to the train, we collectively talked to the conductor, gaslit him a little bit.
Truly.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Seems to be the game of vampire, though. It's just that.
And told him that the brass tacks is that there is a battle that's going to be happening, and the only real target is him and Mr. Shove. And Mr. Shove doesn't seem too keen on returning, so if he wants to leave, we would allow him to take Gran's slaves, little fan slaves, those guys, take them to get his train up and running and have him shove off, which he reluctantly agreed to when he realized he was outnumbered in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
And it was the best deal he was going to get. So he's collecting those. The other thing that happened is that Barnaby returned with Johnny Rattlesnake, and who immediately threw Shove over a building because he thought he was a threat.
Yes, that's right.
So we had Johnny Rattlesnake, Thistle, and run over to Shove. So they're having a whole conversation in the background while the conductor thing happened. And Pierre Lepouf thought that shit was hitting the fan, so he put on some kind of mask that demands bloodlust. Haven't we all? And
Twice on Sundays.
when there was no bloodlust, he kind of Spider-Man crawled through a broken window, and he's headed in the vague direction of where Shove, Thistle, and Johnny Rattlesnake are. That's really what happened when you boil it down. Those are the big pieces, you know.
The background of it was really the very interesting and all different ways that you guys all dealt with.
Yes, Robbie, it was very cool. It was a great episode. No,
That's what I'm saying.
thank you,
Best
Daddy.
episode we've ever had.
Yeah, right.
I think it was a fucking your best work yet.
And that's exactly why there was a system failure.
Yeah,
No.
it was a really fun mechanical thing to get over, and it was a lot of fun. But basically, the conductor is leaving with all of Grand's people. Shove is alive, and Pierre is demanding something. Yeah, he's got to get his punches out.
You definitely have seen a change in tonation after the mask was put in.
But the really important thing is we're all together.
Yeah, that's good.
One little piece that was going to be important later is you did see Cowboy, the head of the little orphan newspaper, the Tumbleweed. He
Yes.
did pick up
Kai.
which was what allowed Barnaby to, join the fight essentially.
So Cowboy and Kai are kind of hanging out.
Yeah, he was passed out through the obviously large push through that kind of happened there. Anything else that was?
I mean, aside from the
super
little
important?
stuff, if anyone wants to chime in with anything.
Yeah,
but
I don't remember anything too. I mean, aside from and Grand, when Rose was in the bubble with Grand, saw him like grow hands and fingers out of everywhere on his body.
He turned into like a spider person.
Sort of, yeah.
You know what? I wanted to forget that.
There was,
and I
like-
almost had.
There was like hands coming out of his elbows and stuff.
Yeah, it was. He could wave 3 times goodbye. Definitely some interesting stuff there. So you saw a little bit of his power. You also saw that, maybe you don't want to kill this guy right out of hand because how useful he was.
Especially at an orgy.
Yes, I mean he can keep a lot of people busy at once.
It's a one-man orgy.
Yes, that's his Tuesday.
You heard a one-man band?
Yeah.
Anything
else? Oh my God, that's probably true.
Yeah, he's a creepos.
Yeah,
hit,
that's
and then it hit again. You see
Yeah,
that?
that's
what I call a slow burn.
That's unfortunate. Any other big pieces? You do know that taken away is Shove. You saw that he has a dramatically diminished power now.
He got yeeted.
Yep. And you, through the information of Rusty, you found out that that they're 2 days away. There's nothing to stop it.
Right.
You know what I mean? About 2 days. Well, not 2 days away. The news will carry within 2 days to your local tribe, and there's probably some restitutions there. And Rusty
Could be up to a week. It could be a little less.
Yeah. I
You know?
mean, it's
Are they
it's like
gonna
FedEx.
Are they gonna gather the forces? Are they gonna
Yeah.
just full tilt? We don't know.
Yeah, and
but yeah,
Rusty was trying to back people up probably to the church. That was the fortification that he was currently working on. 1 second, let me go fix this.
Nope.
No, never mind, it's over. All right, no problem. We're going to pick it up right there. So let's strap in. You start to see the slaves being pulled out. Very unhappy Grant. He kind of crosses his fingers and is like, you do realize I have to restock this, right?
Well,
I'll talk about it. Yeah.
maybe when the train comes back, you'll be able to get them all back.
I think. Have you ever considered quality over quantity?
Well, they were doing their job perfectly. Have
Yes,
you been
but
in
I-
your room?
if
Just
I
nice
can-
and crispy.
But if I can get someone to do that job, wouldn't you rather, how do you say, push the envelope of what the human body can do rather than make these generic caricatures of your art?
Yeah.
I'm just saying your time could be better well spent.
Do the fans still spin?
The fans will spin.
Oh, then it's. I tell you what, we're underneath together management now. So, I mean, one must.
It just says under
one-
management.
Yeah, right. Yeah. One must be accommodating with new business partners.
Yes, and I truly appreciate it, but I think allowing an artist to delve deeper into his paints is a better use of his time. And I would like to allow that. So consider this more of a boon than a bane.
So, what do we need to do? Like a job fair?
Yeah, I'll figure it out. There's people that need jobs.
Paying people. Well, we'll try it out. It'll be an experiment. It'll be
Absolutely.
interesting.
He does love his experiments.
Yes.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
Rose wiggles finger. No.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I throw up. No. Okay. Well,
The night is starting to wean and wine. You do see the conductor feel like he's been slightly bamboozled, but really no better option at this moment, and he's taking
a lie was not told. Technically,
Yep.
we towed the line.
Yep. Yep. He has.
He's getting what he needs.
He has his book, and as every slave comes in, it's just like literally like a handprint that just goes on every page that he's doing. All of a sudden, they seem to kind of know what they're doing. As soon as the handprint falls, it's as if
Is he having an orgasm every time that happens?
I mean,
His eyes roll back in his head just momentarily.
I don't know
look
that.
at- look at him.
I don't know that it's that.
No, look, that's
Oh
definitely.
gosh.
No, look at it. No, really look at it.
No, you're right. That is a little disturbing.
You know orgasms better than I do. So
It's true.
you
Yeah.
tell me.
No,
Is
I mean,
this man coming?
I mean, maybe not physically, but definitely emotionally.
Speaking of such, after throwing your, new protege to the side, she is kind of standing with her hands on her hips and tapping her foot
Oh, jeez.
At who?
at you.
Yeah.
I mean, standing, like she's come down. Like, she's left the mansion at this point, trying to figure out what the hell happened. From her perspective, you guys were going down the staircase, and two of you legitimately vanished.
Right. Perhaps a discussion inside would be best.
Sunlight's coming up soon, though. You don't seem to like the daytime.
No, I do tend to be a little more nocturnal.
How long until sunrise?
You got about another hour.
Well, I'm gonna go check in on the rough area that Shove was thrown to see if he's, okay. But after that, I plan on retiring for the evening, the morning.
Yeah, I have this situation to
Oh yes,
contend with.
I don't believe we've met, Alister Hayworth.
Oh, very nice.
I hand out my gloved hand.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Pretty. I mean, prettiest you're going to find here that isn't like underneath,
Leprosy.
pretty well, yeah, that or
10 toes.
or constantly being fed narcotics to keep them asleep for you specifically. I mean, those are the prettiest women there, but yeah, I mean, like those are held in the back room for particular tastes.
I shake her hand. And
yeah.
I look at her and go, "You keep fantastic company," and I'm going to use awe.
Oh, jeez.
All right. You haven't Ghouled her yet, right? Just
No.
had any of her blood?
No,
Yeah, she's a.
and we haven't really had the conversation
Right,
yet.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
trying to. I'm trying to break this pony first.
Right, yeah. So she.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
Right. She is an unprepared mortal. Not a grit user. So, I mean, yeah. How do you want to like? Other than her thinking that you are very attractive and charming, and you know what I mean, she gets a little giddy.
Yeah.
In fact, you get a little elbow, like like one of those, like your friend's hot.
Jesus Christ.
In time. In time.
I believe that you would do well to learn as much as you can from Miss Rose here. She's a good friend of mine, and a good friend of hers is also a good friend to me.
Mr. Hayworth. She leans in, like, to give you a little, like, one of those French kisses, cheek to cheek. And she goes, "I'll only charge you half."
Oh, please.
There's like a little short whisper and comes back and curtsies. You know what I mean? It's not a good curtsy. You know what I mean? She's probably only seen it in a movie, not like a play before.
We're working on refining those edges a little bit more.
Be sure to mind your P's and Q's and learn deeply from the well of knowledge that is Miss Rose.
Again, you do, yeah, right. You feel, I mean, she is attractive. I mean, like, and maybe you could get that damn taste out of, like, the sleeping gas, essentially, like that. It always leaves a,
Kind of get used to it. It's kind of like a balloon.
yeah. I mean, like, people that like scotch, they like the rubber band
Yeah.
taste. So, I mean, like, yeah, so maybe you can acquire that taste.
Smoky with a hint of condom.
Prophylactic.
Yeah. You do see Chip comes up and he throws his hand around you, Barnaby. I don't know. Sorry, different accent. I mean, so, I don't know about you, Mr. Barnaby, but I feel like getting drunk and drinking to my freedoms.
I might have to sit out this one.
Y'all gonna sit out drinkings.
I've had a long couple days.
I dropped my cane.
Yeah.
Preposterous.
Well, I haven't been free for quite a while, so I'll probably be drinking tomorrow nights too.
I'll join you then.
Well, is there like a place to drinks here? He's looking around at tents. He's like,
Yeah, I believe that middle tent is a bar area over there.
There's a lot of drinks in his room.
yeah, right. He
Why? It's not open bar, man.
yeah, right. He reaches into his pockets and he has like notes in like a large amount of money. Like a large amount of money. Like he's like, well, I mean, back pays, and I pretty much was never off the clock. So, he was a bit of a bastard, but he paid well.
If you need a place to store that rather than walking around
I was
a
gonna say,
destitute town,
Chip,
let
you
me
may
know.
not want to flash all
I've
of
got
that
a
cash.
safe in my. If you want to.
So, like, you're a banker?
Yes, actually. For a very long time, I was an accountant.
He takes his wallet. He's like, all right. So, how much is actually his? I can't count twice.
I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna give him enough.
It's a surprising amount of money.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna give him enough that I know he could get absolutely wasted.
Right.
Just enough to get
Yeah.
into trouble with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand him that and be like, I'm gonna put this deposit in Fort Hayworth. Okay.
Fort Hayworth.
And you let me know when you'd like to make a withdrawal.
No.
Okay.
All
Because otherwise, you're going to wake up with none of this.
Oh, I was like, right. Is that like enough monies
Yes.
to make a bar? It's like you could make a bar in New York and Boston, man. You could start a chain.
Chip, we'll talk.
Oh,
I will make sure that you get yourself a nice bar.
Sounds quite nice. Because
And
I
on-
don't
and on
want to.
top, a brothel.
Yeah.
For me?
Yeah.
It's
Just walk away.
And I'll be more than happy to help you with the brothel part.
It's like a
Consider
dream
us-
come true.
Business partners with this investment.
Okay. I walk back. I deposit the money. I come back.
Yeah, right. As you're walking back, you just see him. You hear that? I'm an investor. And they go ahead and do the tip. Yeah, trying to
Off
find
camera,
a spot.
off camera, you see Alister like
He's
weeping
just-
and just like, oh, thank you God.
Yeah, right. No. It
The
is.
safe is so empty.
Yeah,
There's,
right.
like,
Oh, he's gonna get a monocle.
there's just a small bill of
Shows all
notes
the
left,
monocle.
and I'm just like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's substantial. But
After I'm done weeping, I
that
return.
that does kind of make. Actually, why don't you give me a intelligence and finance roll?
Hey, I've got that.
What? We have to have that?
You don't.
No, I don't.
It's 2.
It's enough for it to dawn on you that Chip was in a lower station than Shove. So if you paid Chip, you probably paid Shove too. That means Shove probably has quite a bit of money too.
You see Alistair sprinting.
Yeah, right. And that guy is currently being babysit by a Bigfoot and a werewolf. So
We have to go.
yeah, yeah. Right. Barnaby, the night's yours. You got that. You're looking to rest. You're looking to stay here for the time being.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I mean, he trained, and then ran back to go solve this and
Right.
like, help out.
Right. So
It's like one of those anime training things directly into the tournament.
Yeah.
now remember, Alistair, you only have an hour. So if you
You
want
didn't throw him an hour away. I just needed.
well, they took him. You said in this episode you said take him, so they took him someplace. They took him out of town, and you do know that that's the person that the natives are going to be looking for restitution to specifically. Yeah. So you could bring you could go get like sail material and like do a full body, like you know what I mean,
Wrapped
like,
in aluminum foil like a little vampire.
That's essentially your version of going to ground in this world. Like,
No,
and I'm
no.
going to completely allow it without problems. Of course, you're going to be exposed body.
Alistair would never.
Yeah, right.
He looks at the tree line. He sees the morning dusk starting to rise over the mountain range, and he just goes, Patience, Alister. Patience.
All right. As you come in, unfortunately, no one opens the door anymore. All of your help is gone. As you go back to your...
Pretty sure we busted one of the doors in anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It had been
did.
fixed. It had been
Okay.
fixed. Jose has his men on the, you know what I mean, on the one of their. Oh, and your second building has been made a little bit too quickly. The one that you were looking for, Rose. So you do have room for your girls now. Put up in a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like these workers for Jose.
Miracle
they're-
workers, I
yeah,
tell you.
right, yeah. Sorry, Juan.
They just needed direction.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, you got one hell of a crack team when it comes to that specifically, and their work.
I can't
is,
wait to give them all a shove. Now,
Yeah, right.
I have a place in the mansion, correct?
Oh, yep. You can. You've all secured places there to sleep. That was one of the very first things that you did with.
Oh, you mean
Grams.
my addition onto
Yeah.
the mansion?
Yeah, you asked.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
because like they have servant quarters, but like it's literally a like you know like a crypt in like Italy, like where you put it's just like a slot with a cot
Got
and
it.
like multiple 3-up like bunk beds sit into walls, like very.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have a lot of those if you need them, but like, yeah, or you can demolish that or whatever have you.
No, I'm just saying her
Use
room.
the space.
Her room.
Oh
no,
yeah, no. You walk up and it's pretty palatial. Actually, why don't we go to Barnaby first, and we'll come right back to you, Rose, for that
course, yeah.
aspect of it. So you go to your room. It's fancy as fuck. I mean, like porcelain, like water holders. You know what I mean? You got cold water right there. A bed has been put there as well. You can definitely feel that it's like feathered. You know what I mean? It's not just hay. It is probably one of the nicer places you've ever been, unless you've been to like Actually, you know what? That's a good question. I've never asked. What were you before you became a vampire?
So, well,
I just thought you were a homeless man.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's very possible. You could be a wanderer.
yeah, I think I was just a wanderer.
Wanderer. All right. Yeah.
A
So
vagrant, a vagabond,
No known address.
rapscallion.
yeah, maybe using every once in a while, like
Free
your
syrup.
vampire's abilities, like you've maybe gone into a nicer whorehouse or have killed somebody and then been like, you know what, I'm gonna sleep the night here, and you know, a richer person,
Just
you know
so
what I
much
mean?
viscera.
Yeah, right, just everywhere, and just
You know what?
it's pretty nice.
Yeah,
It's pretty
angry.
nice.
He's alley cat, so he's ripping things apart.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, yeah, very Dahmer. You know what I mean?
live here, but
It'll work.
So other than those scenarios that are always kind of mired with, not that you're ashamed of your eating style, or are you ashamed of your eating style? Is that something that you are?
I think I embrace the beast. I think
Sure.
I embrace the beast more every day
Sure.
with the snake.
Sure, absolutely.
And also with the training from.
in a way, it's probably what keeps your beast in check.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say I'm not comfortable with the fancy digs.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it is nice and palatious, especially from your perspective. The quiet is the only thing that is calming about it. Is quiet. It's nice and cool, and it's quiet. Not natural, but it is.
So I leave the room.
Okay.
I go out back, find a nice little dirt patch, and
And then sink in. Yeah, you go to ground, no problem. It is cool. It is collecting. It's nature. You know what I mean?
I think the quiet in the house might be.
Too much for you, right? Yeah, you need the small skittering of worms going through the ground and all that jazz. I can definitely see that.
Grant, there's something in your tomato patch.
It's been a hard day for Grand.
just seeing something.
Just wiggle it in.
Oh, God. So would it be the new wiggle pit?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Wherever you are is the wiggle pit.
It is.
Yeah.
I bring the wiggle
Actually,
pit.
Grand does see this out the window, and he just makes a little note of it in his leisures, and he calls in. Are you just going to bed then, essentially?
Yeah, I was going upstairs to, checklist is pretty much complete. I gotta go find Chef tomorrow, but nothing much I can really do. I'm glad that Chip is alive and apparently rich, so it's gonna help.
That's good for us.
Yeah. And he also appears to have no idea what currency is, other than
Also good for us.
Yeah.
also good for Hayworth. Really, things are coming up Hayworth. He's got a bank full of money.
Right?
Yeah, right. So the last thing you see is you see Juan walking out of Grant's house, rooms, as he, okay, good night, F.A.
Excellent work, Juan. Grab yourself a good night's rest, and we'll talk more tomorrow.
Okay. He walks out. Off camera, him and the guys are getting drunk with, Chip has opened up a tab, essentially, you know what I mean?
Oh, the new friends.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so he's making friends with everybody. Rose, you come in with your new, sorry, what was her name? I have it written down someplace.
Well, it's going to be Daisy.
Right? Yeah. It's gonna be.
D2.
I think it was not Linda.
It might have been Linda.
Linda. I had a name, I just hadn't had a description for it. Yeah, you walk in with Linda, and like your girls are, they're happy looking at the new digs. One of them is, like looking at the curtains, and they're nice. The other one's washing out your trunk. And they both scowl at Linda.
Mm-hmm. You see, Linda, what you need to understand is that every action that you take will have repercussions among the three of you. So it's best that we learn to get along as quickly as possible.
Well, I'd like to get along with that Mr. Hayworth. He was.
Well, in order for you
scrumptious.
to get to Mr. Hayworth, you have a lot of refinement to go through. We must get rid of all of those sharp edges that you have.
A man like Hayworth leads not with any but the best. It's kind of what I was trying to point out.
Does all last a day or an hour or sorry off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
The book would know.
We're off the top of my head, but
I don't really need like the lasting effects so much as I wanted to plant the seed of
of Rose being good.
being like, oh, you need to take off your glasses and remove your ponytail. You were beautiful the whole time.
Yeah.
The 80s, am I right?
They're
Anyways.
looking at me.
80s.
No, they're looking at me.
All of those 2000s rom-coms,
What was it?
teen
Presents.
movies.
Presents.
Do you know the closing of the jewelry box was improv?
Yes.
Yep, that's why her reaction is so great.
More Orbison stuck in my head, thank you.
Anyone in the presence of a vampire finds their attention inexplicably drawn to them. Those listening to the vampire speak might suddenly agree on subjects where they once held different viewpoints. While this power doesn't cause rapt infatuation, it is still strong enough to sway the minds of most mortals. Cost is free. Duration, one scene or until intentionally ended.
Oh, huh. So she's just in awe until you decide to drop.
I think I dropped it once I left. I
Okay.
wanted.
Yeah,
I just was trying to because she was annoyed at Rose, and I think I clocked that. I was like, I know what you're trying to do, so I'm just gonna try and smooth this over as a reconciliation because I know we had like
politician.
well we had like not a tiff, but there was an annoyance between the two of us about the whole train fiasco. So that was just Hayworth's way of being like, I still respect you, and I'm not gonna interfere with what you're doing.
Okay. Very cool. All right.
Also, I'm trying to fuck.
Yeah, right.
God damn it.
Politician.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
That's what they all go to jail for.
That's it.
I only work towards my
Politician's
own
vice.
gain.
I know two things: taxes and pussy.
All right, pretty much.
And I'm all out of taxes.
Yeah, right. That's the next shirt. We got a lot of shirts in this one.
We
Cows
do.
fuck. I'm here for taxes and pussy. I'm all out of
Oh my
taxes.
Got a vinyl cutter. Let's make moves.
Yeah, right. Let's make some moves. We have the transfer thing, the really expensive one.
God. Okay, anyway.
Guerrilla marketing, stickers everywhere. All right, sorry.
Right. So I think Rose, what's the general attitude or current, I guess, kind of state of mind of Linda? Is she still being petulant, or is she stepping
She seems to
back
be
a little bit?
She definitely seems to be enamored with Alister. That was
Right.
that was a highlight for her.
What I'm getting at is, does she have the idea in her pretty little head that she's going to fuck with Rose while Rose is asleep during the day?
No. Also, you have Felipe and Rose there to watch your back. They have protected you. Part of their job is
Yeah.
to protect you. Usually, when you have 3, that's really the good numbers. They'll go out and work for you. One will usually pose for you to be seen during daytimes if that's needed. Usually, small things like errands that you wouldn't normally be, like really want to concern yourself with. So, like, one will go out and get a dress done, like to your proportions and come back with that. But a lot of that is for show. A large part of their job is to protect you during night.
All I'm really
during
trying to
day.
find out is if I need to pull out a bottle of laudanum for Linda.
No, you feel like I think you feel her attitude is a little bit better after meeting Alister. She seems to think that there is a
dick at the end of the tunnel?
pretty much she's going to run backwards into. So
Got
The
it.
old Donald Dick.
yep,
Gets him every time.
I mean to do the tunnel
Okay.
dick.
No,
Yeah, right.
that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Put it on a shirt.
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, you don't feel, I mean, you wouldn't know, but you don't feel like, she's not under your control at this point, but you don't feel like, if she was to do something, you know that either Felipe and or Rose will be in the room that's looking after your trunk.
Okay. Well, I'll go into the inner room, and I'll just kind of flop in there instead of in my trunk, which would, I assume, still be air drying at this point
Yes.
after her escapades.
It's nice to stretch back out. 100, no windows in this, In fact, he's gone and taken the pains to have like a mural of like a sunrise, like painted onto your area. These guys are useful. You see that maybe something's a little bit fishy about how professional they are.
Maybe
Juan's an interesting dude.
the whorehouse of my dreams is within grasp.
Well,
With the money we're making.
Yeah. Oh man.
all right. I think the night takes everybody, unless anybody has any more business. All right. All right. Barnaby, you are going to be the first one to wake up being outside. Kind of poke your head out, wiggle yourself out of the dirt.
Just a face coming out of a
Yeah,
dirt.
right. The first thing you see is that,
That'd be
like,
shocking to somebody just picking their tomatoes.
yeah, right. No, the plants have been.
is good.
What you do notice is the plants where you have been cleared away, and there's like a little picket fence around your area, like little bird baths and what's it called, like small mailbox. It's right there, and like it says Barnaby on it. You know what I mean? Obviously, what Grand saw was you deciding to go to ground, and he's a Perlacious host with incredible construction workers. So
Dope.
you got yourself a little outdoor kingdom.
crib.
Yeah, there's a
Where all the
what-
magic happens.
yeah. As you stand up, the picket fence has a, like
take a tour.
sliding, not a sliding door, but like a door that opens, and it's like a wood deck that's like sitting out there. You have a little chair, little like Aradak chair.
Our
Sit
little
down in
house
the
that
chair.
says Snoopy on it.
Yep. There's a little bar kit out there, nice and frosted.
Have a drink.
Yeah, right. This is
This is the life.
not bad. This is not bad, Grand.
Good
Just getting
town.
the shit kicked out of me by Bigfoot last
Yeah, right,
week.
yeah.
I'm taking a fucking break.
Yeah, right. Just waking up, just
Yeah.
having a Mai Tai.
Yeah.
There is a note that says, I didn't, in his accent, very large, swoopy cursive, I did not know your feeding perspectives. If you let me know, I will arrange that for you. Sincerely, Grand Messenoff.
Cool.
It's your morning. Where you want to head?
Oh shit.
You should do your rouse check.
Well, let's head there first, huh?
I'd argue he gets advantage with all of this gracious hosting.
True.
Yeah, that it's sad because when you were out with Jake, feeding on him saked your hunger. You realize that how good that felt for a couple days. You know what I mean? Like you had no hunger feeding on him. Maybe it also dawns on you how dangerous that would be if other people knew that you could just feed on this guy and get rid of full hunger.
Yeah. 4.
Yep,
You're good.
You are good. All right, where are you headed? What's your task for the day?
I got an 8. I'm just gonna get it out of the way now.
Cool.
Well, then I will too.
I don't.
Peer pressure.
It scares me.
Do I
9.
know where Rattlesnake is?
You could hunt him. You could your character is made for being able to track that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for him.
Okay. You put your little mug down. You're not starving, so you don't need to feed. You don't need to worry about that right now. Only got the 1 point of hunger. You head out of town, and why don't you give me as you're looking for pretty much tracks that led. Thankfully, it's a dusty area till you get to the forest.
Oh, who are you looking for?
He's looking for tracks. He's going to go try to find Jake and Thistle.
He'd probably run into me then, because my plan was at first dark to go out and start looking for tracks.
Cool. So you come out and you see.
I have a machete.
Yeah, right. A very, very nice one.
A little safari hat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's in khaki shorts.
on it.
No, khaki shorts that
Oh,
are
God, the
like
explorer's
rolled
hat?
up. Yeah, the full thing.
My knees are so knobby.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that is wonderful.
I'm walking on toothpicks. you know?
And you're looking for tracks. Have you ever looked for tracks before?
Well, I pull out my opera glasses.
Yeah, right. You keep down. You get to see this wonderful man doing
No,
exactly this.
I was.
Roll my eyes. The hardest I can roll my eyes.
What?
Into another dimension.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have to go find Mr. Shove.
Well, you're definitely dressed for that.
Yes. Thank you for noticing.
So
Would you like
more,
to-
more
would you- are
likely
you- would you like
rattlesnake
to
might be
join,
near
or-
Shove, possibly.
The last thing that either one of you remember is saying, "Get him out of here," and then literally, Shub picked him over his shoulder and just carried him into the forest. They didn't have any information. Thistle has a tiny bit of information, knowing that they're going to be the natives are coming in 2 days, and they're going to be looking for Shub.
And Thistle knows who Shove is.
Yes,
And that
yeah.
he protected the train.
Yeah. So that's the information that the person that has the least amount of information would have been Jake. But that's they probably filled each other in.
So I'm just gonna look to him, to Alister, and I'm like, so I'm gonna go look for Rattlesnake. There's a good chance that Shove might be with him. Do you want to just follow me?
Yeah, that works for me.
Keep up.
Intelligence and survival.
Oh no.
What? That's not too bad, actually. 6.
You can roll the same.
Hey, not bad.
6 and above, right?
Yep.
5.
5 successes.
I got one success, so I'm looking like,
You're
I
like,
believe they went. I remember they went due north.
yeah, right. Yeah. As you point, he's going.
South.
You just redirect his arm.
Yeah, right. That way.
Have a compass.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there we go.
I'm just like this one. I'm just like,
I just take off and nudge him where he's pointing north.
Yeah, right.
And it spins him the way I'm going.
Yeah, there we go. Are we going on foot? Are we taking horses? Or
I'm going on foot.
all right,
tally ho.
all right.
Do you have a horse?
No.
Yeah, right. Little s- with the, yep, no problem. You guys are headed off into the forest. You feel like you're definitely with 5 successes. You feel very comfortable. In fact, you're looking at Bigfoot prints. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're and the big looping, that they did. The other ones looked like paws, so large wolf paws, but they look like paws when she was in there. You do see eventually going down that path, them both becoming into human features, human footpaths, boot marks essentially there, and we'll come right back to that. All right, Rose, what are we up to?
Well, I have a day of teaching. A night of teaching ahead of me. We're going to work on refining manners.
Okay, what is that? What does that
Well,
look
I mean,
like?
obviously she's a little gruff right now, and we need to refine those edges a little bit. So it's almost like etiquette training, like if I sit her down at a table with the complicated table set up, which is the right fork to use, all of that kind of stuff that she would probably next to never use, but is like a solid foundation to build somebody to become like a more refined facade of a lady.
Sure. I mean, that Gran would be able to provide you with all that. So if you want any of that stuff, you can go ask him for that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go find Grand.
Yes, and that.
Hi, Grand. I believe it's time to begin lessons in refinement with Linda. And I was just wondering, do you have any of those very large, very formal dinner settings?
Oh, of course.
Could I borrow a few of them?
Yeah, you can
you
go
set
down
the-
to the main dining hall
Yes.
if you'd
Could you
like.
could you have? I suppose everyone is gone, so just
Yes,
let me.
I will not be carrying them.
No, just let me know where to find them. I can get them and set them.
Well, the grand dining hall. It's downstairs to the left. You go past the said toilet, and then you'll find it right by the outside.
The grand
entrance.
toilet.
Yeah, so the grand toilet. It's horrible when I get in there. No, you'll find it next to the sand room. Or the moon room, really more. But yes.
Grand moon room.
Okay, perfect. So I'll do that. I'll go and I'll grab, the biggest place settings that I can find, and I'll set up like 3 or 4 of them, and I'll have Philippa and Rose sit at the table with Linda, and I will have us pretend to dine on a place setting, and hopefully have her just in the beginning mimic what the other two are doing. And then we'll start with repetition and like wrapped knuckles when she grabs the wrong fork.
All right. Well, just to know what your
really
stuff
exciting
is,
stuff.
give me a charisma and etiquette roll to see.
Reminds me of my dad.
Doo-doo.
Yeah. Oof.
Etiquette.
Ooh.
Fork.
Oof.
Hey, I got really good at it though.
3.
3 successes. Your training is going well. Let's see how smart she is. One. She got 1 success. So
But how determined is she to learn?
yeah, right.
Right, yeah.
I've watched enough Naruto.
Yeah, right. She's picking up. Yeah, I know he says it right. I know I say it wrong. She does pick up the correct fork. You know what I mean? Like she's once or twice she fails that. You know what I mean? Like but you feel like you could. She wouldn't be eating with her hands now. You know, she would know the difference in between. With you spend like an hour doing this, or you want to spend all night doing this, or
Yeah, I have a feeling that that's probably going to be the focus for Rose for the night, really. I
Which
think.
one is the salad fork?
Yeah, no, seriously. And, like sitting at the table with the book on her head to make sure her posture is perfect and all of that kind of stuff. Rose's ladies are classy ladies.
Right.
So she's got to make sure that they are as refined as possible. And this is all part of the training.
this goes on for an hour and about an hour and a half. She's doing the book thing. It looks like that's not going to happen. She moves her head too much when she talks. But so if you really want to like work on that, that's going to be difficult.
Well, I also have one for Philippa and one for Rose, and they're. I want them to almost be like her cheerleaders to say like, this is possible. You can do this, and Rose gives Rose the room to kind of be a bit more of a hard ass about it.
Sure.
If all else fails, you could fuse her spine.
If all else
Yeah,
fails.
Philippa comes up like, this thing is horrific. She doesn't have any. I mean, look at her.
Philippa. Now, I know that we have come a very long way together, but you have to remember that we all must start somewhere. And if this is where we start with her, then this is where we start. It can only get better. Given time, of course.
Sevens. Not all horses can be turned into show ponies.
We don't necessarily need a show pony. We just need one who is
Pack mule.
that's
God damn.
That has a couple annotations.
yeah. I mean, that's where she is right now.
We need a workhorse.
I don't want to marry a show pony. Give me a pack mule.
Right. But like it is important, Philippa, to remember that should this town grow to the point where we have governors and, people of very high status visiting, we need to make sure that we can provide adequate company for those gentlemen.
Well, she won't shut up about Mr. Hayworth, so
Well,
maybe if you could get him to dine, it would
Oh, if she could see
make
him
her.
now.
Yeah, right. Tally ho! To the force.
So many-
This would be a branch, yes? You know what I mean?
So many little scratches just all over.
if that is something that Linda feels that she wants, then perhaps that is a goal for her to work towards. And having him see her unrefined right now would not be beneficial to her end goals. She needs to understand this.
She nods and Philippe, diligently goes back to her. Like, there's an eye roll. She is the. All of your girls are bratty, but you're also bratty. So if you crush that in them, they will not be able to, you know what I mean, like pretend to be you.
Well, and also, but I mean, like part of, I think what makes the Rose's girls so unique is that they do have a little bit of that spoiled brat.
Sure, spunk in them,
Yeah,
like Vissa.
and they're submissive, but they're not completely submissive. There's
Sure.
still that bratty kind of edge to them.
There's a thorn in the rose.
Yeah. Like you're not going to walk into a room and win them over simply by walking into the room.
Sure. And this goes on for a little bit longer. You see more encouragement from Feliva than there was. She realizes that you're not going to give up on this stupid idiot. And
Yeah.
like the look that you get in her. Actually, why don't you give me an intelligence and awareness roll?
Intelligence and awareness. Okay, so 3.
You do realize that she'll probably never be fully welcomed into the group. The girls that you took from were from high society.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you picked pretty princesses.
Yeah, they were basically like the rich kids who ran away with the circus. I
Yeah.
almost
So like this is, it'll take a lot of work to win over Philippa completely. She's already top of the pecking order, but at least she respected Daisy and Rose. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all have to start somewhere.
this goes on for another hour. You hear a knock. Hey, shoot! Oh, is Mr. Hayworth here?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I need some. The headaches.
Chip,
tears
are you
away.
all right?
No.
What do you mean no? What has happened?
I never drank until I couldn't drink anymore. I found
You found the
the
bottle.
level.
You found the limit, huh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think I made new friends. They're the Mexican types.
Yes. Well, why don't you come in and have a seat, and I'll be right back with something that will cure you in no time.
God damn it.
He sits down. Oh, look at them pretty ladies. Hello.
I'm gonna run and get my special whiskey.
God damn it.
Oh, I don't know if I can drink another
Trust
drop.
me, just one shot is all it's gonna take. A little bit of the hair of the dog is exactly what you need.
I don't want to eat no dogs.
Nope, there's no dogs actually in the shot glass. It's an expression, Chip. A turn of phrase.
Expressions.
Yes.
I gotta learn more of those. All right.
He does better than Linda.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Not better.
Yeah, right. Also, takes me some doggy hairs.
Get him a shot of the whiskey and hand it to him.
He goes, woof, woof, and takes a shot. Oh, that's quite lovely. And so are you.
Thank you, Chip. Now, when we were talking, I was talking about on the train that I may be in need of, bartenders and things of that matter.
Oh, yes. I'll remember all the words you said. Maybe not in the order that you said them in, but yeah, I've kind of hung on your words.
Right. Well, that's wonderful to hear. I just want to make sure that our potential business agreement is still top of mind for you.
I've spent all night telling people that I was now an investor.
Fantastic. I'm so glad to hear it.
Yeah. You kind of give him a little bit of love juice right now. He's pop dog and you.
Yeah. I mean, it must be nice to be off of that godforsaken train.
Oh, it was horrible. I mean, I've worked pretty much since trains were invented.
Yeah. Have you gotten your land legs
5 years
back?
ago. No.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you gotten your land legs back yet?
Yeah. I mean, it's just good to be away from that bastards. I mean, he kind of tricked me into becoming a forever trained bartender. I went to so many places, but I didn't get to see none of them.
What is your, just a question, but what is your knowledge of fine wines? We'll just continue to have that conversation.
It's surprising. Like when it comes to his,
wine is fine.
yeah, right, yeah, no,
Water's good as red and white.
yeah, right.
But liquor's quicker.
Yeah, right. But you know what? Once I saw a pink one. It's like
Did
I
you?
thought someone had made one of them mistakes, you know, when they pour 2 bottles in and it comes out that. But apparently, they did that where they make them.
On purpose.
And then there's the champagnes with the bubbles that come up. It makes girls laugh, and that makes me happy.
Tell me more.
This guy is going to be the inventor of the Long
Savant.
Island.
Yeah, right.
And the old fashioned.
He's going to invent the Long Island iced tea.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I can't believe that drink works. It still boggles my mind that somehow that.
you drunk, too.
Yeah, it's the genius that came up with the Long Island iced tea.
It's the cheese theory where, like, you know, you have milk, it's good, and then it's bad, and then it's dangerous,
And then it's great.
Then it's cheese.
Yeah, it's true. Right. All right.
So, you know, you wait long enough.
Yeah.
All right. As you coil this now knowing rich man around your finger.
Well, and what I'm really trying to do and what I'm trying to demonstrate is
now he has grit, so just letting you know ahead of time. If you try to he
Yeah.
is a prepared mortal. He has dice that can take apart your.
really it's an exercise in showing Linda the art of conversation and how to disarm a person through the art of conversation.
Sure.
I'm just trying to reinforce the lessons that I've been trying to teach her.
Sure. That goes on for quite a while, and we'll be back to you.
Yep.
Barnaby leading the thing.
I have this great image, just real quick, where Barnaby melds through like a bunch of like brush, and then I just have to chop it. Like he's just like,
This is a lot of physical work for Alister.
Nobby need West Hayworth. Yeah.
Yep.
gonna
Not
say
Hayworth.
Westworth.
Yeah, right. Yeah, as he seems to
calm,
be able to.
Alister, there's gold in
slink
these
through.
hills.
Yep. Yeah. Then it just dies, or it becomes.
Yeah, right.
What happens when a mosquito bites a vampire?
I don't think mosquitoes bite vampires.
But it could be Gould, right? So now you just have a Gould, like a little, like
Mosquito?
it would just hang out with you, like
You just have like an addict mosquito.
The brush is definitely completely unkept. It's a French girl, if you've ever seen one. As you go,
Jesus.
as you go through.
Robbie.
But it was quick, it's fast. As you feel like you're getting closer and closer to it, eventually come to a clearing. There is
Clit.
You said I was bad. Yep.
Anyways.
Yep. I don't know how to
Found
make a
it.
T-shirt out.
Just
kidding.
kidding.
Just Alistair pointing at a clit.
I am an explorer.
Yeah. Maybe wheeze. All right.
Fuck you, Lewis and Clark.
Yeah. Right.
I found the clit.
I don't know what was so hard about this.
Barnaby just looking over at Hayworth like, what the fuck is that?
You come up to the clearing. You know, obviously you're used to seeing your current kind of Jedi trader. You know, like your sensei of some sorts. Thistle. They're looking at. Shove is sitting against a tree. It's kind of his head down and his head down in his hands. And you stumble into all of this.
Just right into the clearing. Just put the machete into the dirt. Good evening.
We're going to take our first break right there and come right back for it. Thank you for joining us at Vampires of Vitae. We'll be back in 10. Whew. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
What a vocal. Welcome back to Vampires and Vitae. Thank you so much for joining us after the break. We're going to jump right back where we were. You do see Shav leaning against the tree, your wonderful entrance, Sir Hayworth, and Barnaby Collins. You are a sight for sore eyes. I did not think my first day of freedom would involve eating squirrel surrounded by a large ape man and a wolf lady.
Yes, these things do happen, apparently. But you are alive.
That I am.
You are free.
And, I can already feel the train had gone.
Yes, we had a conversation, and I bartered a deal, and he will no longer remain in town, and he's no longer actively seeking you out, both for retribution or employment.
Well, my questions here, Mr. Hayworth, is why is my happy ass not sprawled out in a feathered bed instead I'm outside here in a forest?
Because in order to negotiate said deal, I didn't need to have you around. But now that you are around, we'd like to take you back into town and discuss your future in this town, because it isn't going to be exactly luxurious for the short term. There's a lot of building to do, and there's a lot of protections that need to be made.
That's fine. So the only reason I'm out here is because we need to get rid of the conductor. Lane.
Well, it's not the only reason.
Yeah, it's the only reason. Give me a if you're intimidated, if you're trying to lie, give me a manipulation and.
No, I don't think I would lie to him and say it was one of the reasons. There are other issues of note that we can get into, but you are welcome in my town.
He like looks over at the two ones and like it is weird to know that this little skinny, scrawny, tall individual turns into what he turns into when it comes to Jake Rattlesnake.
Mr. Rattlesnake, thank you for not ending the life of my compatriot here prematurely. I do appreciate it.
No, he's fine.
Well, fine is he's been better, but yes, he's alive.
He kind of looks all kind of cute over there. You see sprucing up her little dress. I always had a thing. You see a little squabble goes in between the two of them. They've kept him here against his will, essentially, but you now cleared the air and all that.
I do truly appreciate it. I know that we're building a town where people of your kind can exist without retribution, and allowing that same sentiment to others is an important building block in the cornerstone of what's going to be a great city.
Oh, I've always wanted to be a preacher of my own kind, and I saw a big church when I came in.
There is a church, and I'm not a religious man, so yeah, go for it.
Any no qualms of me making my own congregation, if you will.
There might be I think we should, you've got big ideas.
I also got the money to back it up, Mr. Hayworth.
That's all that really matters.
Jeez.
He reaches up, and you're closer to him, Barnaby. So if you want to help him stand up, you can.
I'll reach forward.
Yeah, he like as you do, like the hand, the arm to arm kind of lift. Just like, Barnaby Collins. I did not know your type could get in better shape than you were before. What exactly have you been doing?
Pilates. No.
Hot yoga in the tomato garden.
I've been doing a little training here and there with Mr. Rattlesnake.
That skinny fuck over there.
He would surprise you.
He like turns and like you can see like the snake tattoo like rippling where he's grabbing. Obviously he's doing something. I don't think it was just a couple push-ups that got you over this particular milestone.
We'll leave it at that.
Very intuitive, Mr. Shove. If you wouldn't mind, we can get you washed up. We have beds, baths, and food back at the mansion.
That sounds like a better idea than eating squirrel. In fact, I'm just pissed off now that I had to have some. All right.
Very lean meat. It's good for you.
It's not that bad.
Yeah. Tastes pretty good, actually.
Hard cut to part of it eating a raw squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Throwing
ripping
pieces.
pieces everywhere.
Ooh, an acorn.
One bite out of the whole squirrel.
Yeah.
Everything else is
Yeah.
stuck to the tree.
There's a lingering eye on your tattoo, you know. I'm just saying, if you ever want to know more about, particular body accoutrements, you can come find me.
I'll make time for you, sir.
I don't usually see you anywhere without that tag along you got with Pierre Pouf. I'm surprised you didn't use him to come track my ass down.
Yeah, I kind of lost track of him, to be completely honest. He,
You lost track of Pierre Pouf.
he Pierre poofed. He's a grown-ass man.
Sorry.
That was good. He, when the conductor, you were unconscious for all of this.
Yeah,
so
he looks down at his vest, and it's like, it's almost like it repulses him.
But the conductor froze everybody for a while. And then we had a discussion. But when that happened, Pierre had a bit of a sixth sense and put on a mask of some sort that kind of made him go a little weird. And he crawled into a corner and he was going to kill the conductor, but I would rather get him out of here. And then he just kind of, left.
I don't know much about Pierre Pouf, but I can tell a dangerous man when I see one. You might want to find him before your nice little town gets not so nice.
Yes, there's a lot of fires and we haven't built the station, I'm aware.
Hopefully I can be helpful with that as you guys are starting to walk back to
My main priority was keeping you alive.
Well, you succeeded with that. You look over to Thistle and Jake. What do you want us to do?
Whatever you want. You have your freedoms. You can go back up to Rusty's place if you would like. I know you've been talking with him. If you want to hang out around town, you grab a drink. I mean, really, it's up to you. I'm not your boss. I'm fully aware of that.
Fair enough. About the natives?
That is a discussion that will need to be had. They are definitely angry, partially at Mr. Shove here, which I will inform him on, but they will be coming. They will be coming in forces, and they will be coming with relentless ferocity at some point.
And there's the rub.
Everything with the price, Mr. Shove. Everything with the price.
Yeah.
Safe on the train or free, but you have to fight for it. This is the world that we live in. This is the last stop on the West.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I walk out and I realize that
He's going the wrong direction. Yeah.
shit.
Like down a ravine. Yeah,
I
right.
dive. No, I was thinking I walk like 30 feet and the mansion is just there, and I realized we went all the way.
Yeah, right, yeah.
No.
Yep. Yep. You can redirect him if you want, or
He'll figure it out.
okay, as you start walking the opposite
Ooh,
direction.
berries.
Yeah, right.
I would like to say, Mr. Rattlesnake, if when you at your convenience, maybe we can reconvene what we were working on.
Yeah, I can be convinced to do that. You kind of hit a level where I think that it'll take a little bit more to push through. I probably don't know exactly, and he lowers his voice. Same knowledge that Mr. Shove has about that tattoo, but I think you at least have it under control right now. Just a forewarning. I don't know. But if you try to push it further than that, you have control. It may grow more powerful. But I'm willing to show you what I can show you.
Noted. Okay.
Is this a sexual thing, Barnaby? I have no frame of reference for what's happening. It sounds
We're over here, Mr. Hayware. This way.
as you walk over. Yeah, you really do notice this tattoo probably for the first time. It looks like it has like the shine of scales. Like you know what I mean. Like it's not a trick of the light and the amazingness of the tattooist that made it look like it's shimmering. It actually feels like if you went up to touch it, you'd feel a difference. Like there would be a like almost as if it is scales on his skin.
I have a cream. It's a rash.
It's a wrap.
That's a rash.
It
No,
would
we
be
just
a cream, it'd be a salve at this point.
yeah.
Yep. You guys walk back. Everything's going good. The one thing that you do notice is there's now a line in front of the mansion. There's a help wanted sign that is out there.
Popping mystery bears. No.
Yeah.
Hives.
Yeah.
It's so my face is so puffed up.
You do.
They tingle like mint.
Lord, Mr. Hayworth.
He's so dumb this episode. I don't know why. Shit. Oh,
Yeah, as you're walking back into town and you see the line up in front of your mansion with the help wanted sign, you do hear the young town choirs, the little orphans going, "Too messing, don't understand, are the new people here to cause?"
Dear.
Good evening, cowboy. Is it? Is it cowboy or is it the other kid?
It's one of the other kids. Yeah.
Hey, where's your boss?
Oh, cowboy?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, he's back at the shop. He's printing out a whole new thing. Yeah, we've had 2 people missing.
Who?
And, just a barber and his son.
Oh.
Yep. Then we also, everyone's clock is like 30 minutes off. That's,
Oh,
I got a report right in, like he hands it's like it's a 1-page newspaper,
yeah, I think it was daylight savings.
Leap year.
yeah. Right. He's like, yeah, 2 pennies?
I just give him like $1.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hayworth.
Take that to cowboy. Split it amongst yourselves.
Oh, sure.
Not physically, like
Yep, definitely gonna split this with him. He
No, you're
scurries
not.
off.
I
you know?
literally say no, you're not.
Yeah,
and then I
right,
just
yeah,
like go.
scurries off. Something that you actually both of you guys can roll this as you're walking into the mansion where Miss Rose is. Why don't you give me an intelligence and investigation? Because both of you saw that.
God damn you ones.
Oh God.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, roll your 10s.
Yeah. Is
'Cause
that,
you
is
still
that how
get,
that works?
Yeah, you still
Okay.
get to re-roll your 10s,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
though the ones count.
So I got two 10s and 2 1s. Just
Okay, so you currently have 0.
0. Right?
Neat.
Oh yeah. So that's 1.
two.
So now I got 1 and
No,
2.
now you're at 2, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 0. So
Yeah, I've always loved this mechanic. The exploding 10s are fun.
2.
2.
2. What'd you get?
I got 1.
Nice recovery.
You look at this and being like, oh wow, they actually got a pretty good news service here. I probably can use Cowboy, like to spread whatever propaganda I want. The
Clean ink.
yeah, right. Yeah, actually, the piece of paper they do, it's pro. I mean, like it's 1 page, but like it's quality work. It's spelt correctly.
A
The
little
punctuations are there.
monosyllabic, but that's because a lot of people are illiterate, so that
Yep.
makes sense.
Yep. What you notice is after seeing that town crier of how many newspaper boys there are around and how many orphans there are around, almost like could be used as a little spy network if you really wanted. And this is a powerful little group, the little empire this kid's made.
Is Cowboy there? Yeah, Cowboy's there.
Yeah,
now.
Cowboy's back at
Still
the
there.
you would be aware of unfortunately the person that's aware of the issue, you'd be aware that he's there with Kai. That hasn't really dawned on you yet. You are just more impressed by this enterprise, and this could be useful. So maybe, that he's setting up shop someplace, and you see that Rose is setting up shop someplace.
Yeah. Okay. What's the kid's name? We don't know.
His name is Cow. Oh, the orphan. You didn't catch the orphan's name, but the head one that you've met. He has a camera. He actually can take pictures.
That's Cowboy.
That's Cowboy.
But he's not there yet.
He's not there. You
at the
heard
print
from the
shop.
choir that he's, like he's at the shop.
Bobby, we'll have to talk more with this kid. He's pretty resourceful.
Yeah, it seems like they have a good thing going on here.
Yeah. I mean, as far as not having parents goes, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Pesky details.
you
yeah.
and I kind of understand that.
And think about how many orphans there'd be in the West. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's kind of collected them and used them for power.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yep. I mean, you respect the kid at this point. You're not really thinking about manipulating him in that way, the way that you saw, but like you respect his enterprise. Yeah. So as you walk up to the mansion, you see a woman. She's just crying as she's running out of this long line of people that are in for work, and she's obviously, and you hear next.
Oh, fucking Christ!
Yeah, all right. You walk by, you go the formal dining room. You see that Mrs. Rose is there with Chip.
Mr. Shove, if you would. Chip is over there. Tell Miss Rose that you would like a bath. She might be able to help you out.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna go see what all the yelling is about.
All right. Yeah, you. As you go up the stairs, Shove comes down to you. Is like, I'm fairly sure that you don't just give out sponge bash, do you, Miss Rose?
It's not. I'm like, oh, not what I implied.
Yeah. But
I said she could help you locate a bath.
yeah, right.
No.
Thank you, Mr. Hayworth.
But perhaps one of your girls, though.
Well, that can be absolutely arranged, and as well as the bath. And I would like to introduce you to one of my newest girls. Her name is Linda. Taking her under my wing, and she'll be available in the coming weeks.
Miss, an unplucked flower from her bouquet.
I wouldn't call her unplucked.
Oh, the unibrow.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Canon. Yeah.
Right.
Damn it. Sorry.
But yes, we are just about done here for the evening anyway, so I suppose I could have Philippa and Rose warm some water for a bath.
I'd be much obliged, Miss Rose. All right.
Anything beyond that, of course, would have to be negotiated.
He reaches into his pocket and brings out like a 20, which would be quite a lot of money during this time period. Oh, I'm well healed, Miss Rose. Now that I got my freedom, I can buy a lot of things.
Wonderful to hear, because I have a lot of things for sale.
And he goes, ladies, and does both arms. They escort out. You've gotten your first.
It's double for both.
I would have paid you double, Miss Rose.
No, you didn't.
Continue to
Yeah.
walk on up.
Yeah.
You do see Barnaby Collins coming up. Chip's kind of just sitting on the edge of his seat like a puppy.
Barnaby,
Hey, Miss.
it's been so long. It's wonderful to see you.
As well.
You also are looking rather dusty. Do you need a bath as well?
Maybe a little later. I've got some things to attend to.
Yes, of course, understood. But just let us know when you're ready.
Why don't you give me a wits and awareness roll as you see him?
Me?
Her. Yeah.
Wits and awareness.
I'd like to get a moment with
Sure.
Hayward.
Of course. It's just a fleeting glance. I want to see if she sees your physical change. You have packed on some serious muscle.
Jacked. She wants a piece of this Barnaby.
Well, because what he's teaching, actually, you haven't put this together yet, so I'm not going to give you a tease on that.
Oh.
6.
She
5.
sees it all.
Wow, that was a journey you just
Yeah.
took.
It really was. I was rolling a 10 and then a 1 and then anyway,
How many total?
5 total.
Vampires.
Could have been 8, but it ended up at 5.
Vampires do not physically change. In fact, that's a curse when somebody brings a child into a vampire, like a child, like a 10-year-old. They don't physically change. You could work out your entire life, not gain an ounce of fat or muscle. I mean, some poor toreadors actually get a kick out of turning ugly people
Right.
because they're stuck there forever. Barnaby is put on weight. There's a flush. There's like almost there's smells like human. You don't hear a heartbeat or anything, but there's something that's coursing through him.
Barnaby, even without a bath, you do look positively rejuvenated.
I spent some time out in the woods, and let's say it was revitalizing.
It must be all this fresh air.
It was very nice.
You look fat. No.
Well, it could have been like his unkept features. You know, I mean, like, but you know that many successes. There's
Something
there's something there, man. There's something different.
Noted,
jaw's
filed
sharper.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He's got just like this chiseled chin. All
Yeah,
of a
right.
sudden.
Yeah. Yeah, muscle milk done right, man. All right, and you're headed over to.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely.
Mr. Hayworth, can I have a moment, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
I understand. We came here together. Just kind of, we met up together, and we've been part of this thing that's become.
A kerfuffle of sorts, yes.
Yeah, and I feel like I've been useful to you,
Absolutely.
and I would like to start trying to do some things for myself in this town.
Yeah.
But right now, financially, I have nothing,
Okay.
and I'm looking for something that I can use to help me make myself something here.
Are you asking for a job?
Maybe I'm more asking for a small
Business loan.
business loan. Yeah. I want to say it, well, I don't want to call it a loan because I feel like I've done some shit and maybe you're just going to help me get started.
Yeah.
Well, what are you looking to do in my town?
Well, you've seen the young boys. We've noticed a lot of the
orphans?
the orphans. Yes, sorry, I can't find the word. And I think we can put them to use for our own good altogether.
Okay. In what way? I mean, they're resourceful, obviously.
Exactly. I think they're a good source for us for things that are happening in the town and just a little bit of ears to the road for us.
You want to run an orphanage for me?
Maybe we front it as an orphanage,
Okay.
but more of like, yeah, I don't want to say spy network, but yeah, like more of I'd say
Information hub.
an information hub.
And you want to run that?
Yes.
Interesting.
And I also would like to continue to provide my services to Rose and yourself in regards to security and things like that as well.
I would like to know what's going on in the town, absolutely.
Of course.
But I have been also rummaging around. I'm not saying you can't do this, feel free. But to plant another seed, and perhaps you could do both, we're going to need, as this town grows, a sheriff of sorts. And I'm aware of your particular feeding types. So, if not you, then it would be nice to ingratiate yourself with the jail. Because there's going to be people who will be condemned to death, and perhaps we create a situation where we say, we're not going to make it a public spectacle, we're just going to remove this person from our town. It could allow you a more viable source of food rather than the alternative.
Well, maybe you hire me as a sheriff, and I take care of the orphanage as a incentive.
That works for me.
Sounds good. I'll take to that immediately.
Excellent.
I need a badge.
I will get right on that.
The jail is one of the few full buildings in town. So if you're looking to go start that up, that's one of the things you saw in town. It's one of the highlights of the town currently is a fully functioning sheriff / jail.
All it's missing is someone to run it.
Sheriff with spies. This is good.
Yeah.
There you go. As you are, what are you up to, Miss Rose?
Currently drawing baths for folks, I guess.
Okay.
I just want to find out why Grant is shouting with this line of people.
Yeah,
I mean, you
right.
can join if you want, Ro.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it's loud.
Yeah.
Your
it's-
girls are taking care of the baths.
It might
and
be
add more
interrupting
things.
your peaceful. You're trying to get this client.
yeah. Right. Well, I mean, the places where Rose has worked have been consistently rowdy, really.
Yeah.
You know,
And
all things
saloons and
considered,
whatnot, yeah.
But
Private residences. You've also thrown private parties at people's mansions.
Of
I mean,
course,
like
yeah.
your girls are known around town to be discreet, desirable, smart,
Okay.
intelligent. You know.
I know. Okay. I was just trying to work out how I could get to that. So, what Rose will do is she's going to leave the grand dining hall, and she's going to.
It does spell his name out of grand. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And we'll go towards her rooms because she realizes that she has to make some alterations to Daisy's old dresses for Linda. And on her way there, she will notice Alister and this massive lineup of people that seems to snake out the
I'm
front
trying
doors.
to
And,
get up the stairs.
yeah. Mr. Hayworth,
Yes.
are you all right?
Yeah.
What is this commotion about?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I think Grand is doing some kind of man. I can't use pop culture references, which
Yeah.
sucks.
No,
Yeah,
that's-
it's
I was gonna
hard.
say American Idol audition.
Yes.
Yeah, we're good. It seems Grand is
Cattle call.
yeah. It seems Grand is doing some kind of draft of some sort, and he's
Oh, new fan people.
yes.
Right. Well,
That's what I assume at least, but
I mean, does he have it under control, do you suppose? Or
I gesture vaguely.
That's him yelling the next? That's him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you've been able to. It's quite a distinct voice. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, so you've been able to put
Well,
that
I thought it was
together.
like Fraulein. She's like,
Yeah.
bring the laser! That's all I hear. That's
Sit in the cloud.
that's all I hear.
I would
That
say
was you.
I would say no personally. This is ridiculous.
okay, well, why don't you and I work together at solving whatever this is?
Okay, please. I mean, somebody's got to keep this man, focused.
Yes, of course.
Stop bumping me.
So you guys are going into
Yeah,
the
we'll
office.
wait for him to get to the top of the stairs, and then we'll go and
The doors, the doors isn't locked. He's obviously having people come in and out.
we'll do a light knock before we go in.
Come in.
And Mr. Grant, do you?
Mr. Grant.
Yeah, you see he has a guy that's like on the crank and he's like sweating. He's got a piece of wood in between his mouth that's tied behind his back. He's like, faster! And he like smacks him in the back.
Mr. Grant,
Grant,
What?
why?
You said get employees.
Why?
this is
but why-
not
The
proper
fan has
employment.
never been this high,
Oh
first
my
of all.
It's good.
Goodness. Yeah.
Just-
You're going to break the crank.
You gotta break the man.
I have to understand if he can do the job all day, and I don't have time, and I don't want him to speak to me. So
Okay.
they'll be paid.
Grant.
Yes.
I love the enthusiasm.
The initiative is even admirable.
It's truly a sight to behold. However, I was thinking they would take shifts, so you don't need one man to crank one fan for 24 hours a day. You get multiple people to trade in and out, and then you maintain a constant rotational force.
Perhaps 4 6-hour shifts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or 6
Four of
4-hour
these
shifts.
things.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
2 hours. I mean, these are humans, right? Like, come on, 2 hours of this?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Awful.
And then they'll be breathing all over my nice floor.
What does that even mean?
I mean,
You need less. The stick stays though, right?
no.
The stick does not stay. They won't talk to you.
I'm trying to compromise here.
I know, but I'm saying they were not going to talk. So you don't need the stick.
You speak, and he looks down at the guy. He's like, "Fucking, I can't do this, man."
I'm gonna do-
Okay, sir, please go ahead and stop cranking the phone.
And like, he goes, "No." He keeps on like,
no way he's gonna stop.
Grant,
Yeah.
tell him to stop cranking the
You may stop. The guy goes, and just falls over, like hyperventilating. Yeah, right.
phone. I give him $1.
Yeah, right.
Say, I'm like, thank you. If you would like another round of interviews, please come back tomorrow.
There's still a line that's like ready to
Yeah.
try to get this job.
Okay,
Are you gonna
yeah.
dismiss them or?
I will dismiss him.
All right. He like shambles his way out, like stick still in mouth.
I'd take the
Oh
stick.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
definitely
I'll
taking
take the
that out
stick
before he
out,
leaves.
yeah.
Yeah, gee whiz.
Am I still there?
I
I think Barnaby takes the cue against him and then kind of, hey folks, it's time. We're done. We're gonna pick this up tomorrow. Everybody else, go home. Have a great night.
treat them like they're important. Fine.
They are a
Fine.
necessity that is different. A free-range cow is happier, less likely to kick you in the mouth.
One of those kick me.
100 of those kick you. 1,000 of those kick you. 1,000 of those kill you. 1,000 of those board up this house, burn it down with you inside.
A mansion?
Yeah.
They wouldn't dare.
The perseverance.
It's perfect. Why would they kill perfection?
The perseverance of the human soul cannot be underestimated. You forget that.
That's why we subjugate them.
That's why we pay them. That's all they care about. You see, the human soul is corrupted by one thing, for some reason, money.
Yeah.
Subservience is as easy as $1 a day.
Well, then I'll leave this to you, Mr. Alister.
I will promise you, they will not speak to you ever. They will be as silent as the grave itself. Any questions, comments, or concerns they have will go directly through me.
He goes back to his desk, like furling as like a person that's like telling their old grandpa they can't be racist anymore. Yeah.
New times,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know what the big problem with this. It was just a stick, you know. And I mean, he sits down and does his papers.
Oh, Barnaby, thank you for the clear. We're going to resume this later.
Chip is coming up the stairs, looking very lovingly at Miss Rose.
Evening, Chip.
Oh, it's good to see you, Mr. Alister.
You as well. You look refreshed.
I very all got a shaggy hound.
Is that what you call it, Miss Rose?
I mean, that is one of the vernacular. But no, Mr.
Just
Chip.
big doe eyes.
Right, yeah. No, Chip came in and, well, it was a little worse for wear after an evening of hard drinking, and simply helped him feel better.
Yeah, I feel like we're as range right now.
Barnaby immediately picked up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your reputation precedes you, Miss Rose, if you are keeping your clients happy, healthy, and well-fed.
Chip, would you say you are healthy, happy, and well fed?
Oh, I am stuffed to the gills. Oh no, I would like, some of my money's back so I can kind of do the same thing again tonight.
Oh, we don't need to do that again tonight. Do you?
Oh, I guess I don't need to do that again tonight.
I like this Chip.
Would you be a doll and
Like, funny enough, if you had, like, tried to will him into this, it would not have worked. Like, the
Right.
way that you approach this,
Sneaky.
like, it is working.
yeah.
Smitten.
Oh, yeah.
Would you be a lamb and go and assist Philippa and Rose?
You want me to scrub that guy?
No, that's.
I'll be the all limits.
I mean, it would be interesting to have a man involved in the business.
I don't think Shove is
Rose.
of that nature.
What?
Come on.
I'm
He's
just
a,
every
great, great bartender. Maybe we should put him.
business opportunity is all.
Maybe a nice little leather harness
Yeah.
from behind the bar.
Oh, I like this.
I don't like any of the ones that you're saying and the ways that you're saying them.
Chip, it would be fetching, though. You have to admit.
Oh, fetching, it sounds like I'm going to have a collar around me, yes. Since
No,
this is
to
what the shaggy dog means.
That also wouldn't be a
Accentuate
terrible thing.
the body, you know. I mean,
I feel naked in front of you all right now.
Some have collars, some have tattoos. It's okay.
think of the women, Chip.
Women in collars?
Oh, do they ever?
Some do, yes.
Shitty folks are weird.
Some are, yes,
Yeah, that's true.
truly. But the point of the conversation, Chip, is I'm just wondering. I feel like you need to be put to work. I feel like you're languishing a little bit.
No, Molly, I can understand all the words of your languages that you're saying.
I just want to make sure that you have enough to do so you feel productive.
It would be nice to get back to, some semblance of
What
self-worth.
What if, you have to hear me out, while we're building your bar and brothel, you start your business downstairs as a bit of a speakeasy?
Like,
You
everyone's in hushed tones, kind of like.
Well, you could be the entertainer when it comes to alcoholic beverages and getting people loosened up with your natural charms. And
Our girls can take it from there.
yes, Miss Rose, you could get a head start on your business while there's no sense in wasting good time, right? I don't want your girls just sitting around languishing.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, there was a bar. I mean, like, again, Italian marble, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
but this
all
is
good.
going to be a bit more classy.
Of course.
People that want to drink. People that want to fuck, and people that want to fuck and drink will come to you.
Yes.
You know, also is quite good on the gamblings. Like, I never lose. So, like, I always kind of had a dream of like having a little casino too.
We could work that into
A few
things.
poker tables, yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
couple
a little bit back from the house, you know what I mean? Like they get the opportunity to play safe cards.
Yeah, some quick
And-
draw, some Texas
A
Hold'em.
penny per hand, you know what I mean? People play all nights. Yeah, no, that's quite a few pennies to rub together.
And since this was your idea, Chip, I think you should be rewarded with a percentage of the house winnings.
Percentages. I like that.
Alister has a boner. An undead little weenie.
Yeah. It seems that he's very knowledgeable in his very narrow field of, you know what I mean? Like what he knows real well.
Yeah.
But like the other things, he just, you know, he's been stuck there for God knows how long working for.
I will talk to Juan immediately about getting this set up.
Oh, there's is some great guys. I'll tell you what. They all have the same mustache, but I love them like brothers.
I believe it was a very intelligent man that once built the Colosseum during a famine, so perhaps some entertainment might be exactly what this town needs.
Not Undertale.
Actually, we could call it that. Can we call it the Colosseum?
There's
my
enough marble here.
Oh,
The Colosseum.
I actually like that.
Perhaps Caesar's Palace.
I don't. I don't know what silence got anything to do with this, but it's you know pretty.
Caesar was once a great ruler of Rome.
And a lover of salad.
Yeah.
I don't know
well,
if Caesar was invented
I don't
here.
think it was. That would have
It was actually invented in Mexico.
in the 1800s.
By Juan.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Yeah,
like
by
very
Juan.
possible. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no. it was-
a salad for you?
my grandfather actually met the guy that invented it in Mexico at his restaurant, and so if he died when he was 90 and he met him when he was 30,
Yeah, I was just. You got the wrong people.
Yeah.
Would have been a few years off, maybe.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say like 1980. No, 1924. So
when
We're not
was
there
the
yet.
West?
we're in the 1800s.
1800s, yeah. So no, not yet. So Juan hasn't
Juan
mastered
has
the.
it's in his brain.
Yeah, right. But
There.
yeah,
Maybe that's what happened.
one is that's canon.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah,
kicking
and
it
missing-
around.
He just doesn't know that he's missing anchovies.
Yeah,
He's like,
right,
he's like,
yeah.
an ingredient.
There's
is
something missing. He's never seen an anchovy yet. You know, that's funny.
My new goal for the campaign is to get Juan an anchovy.
And a pipe.
Oh, Hefe, it's amazing.
That's all this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see that we can start getting that built because with your winnings and your earnings over the years. Now, be aware that you're going to be spending a decent amount of money, but you'll be investing and you'll be getting your money back over time. You understand how this works, yes?
Yes.
We will take care of you, Chip. We wouldn't.
Oh,
So
good.
you
I don't want to be stuck like on a train though, like where I was with my last.
No, but try to drink moderately. The money is not endless if you're investing. You
Yes,
got to
it's
become
true.
wise with your money, at least until you start winning at your new venue.
Oh no, you see, I may drink a bit, but when it comes to gambling, I don't. The best thing is to be like the home. It's like other people play at your place.
Yeah, well, he gets it. He
Yeah.
gets it. All right, cool.
Always favor the house, yes.
Well, then no
The
worries.
house, I like that term. Better than home.
House always wins. So,
Oh.
and you're going to be the house.
Are we calling the place Caesar Palace for sure?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, Caesar Palace wasn't even.
Maybe so Caesar's Palace, and
Call
then
it Caesar's Mansion.
yeah, right. Then the back rooms would be the Coliseum where your girls go.
Right.
Want to
What
go
about-
to the
what about
carnival?
Just the Caesar.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Grand's name is Grand, right?
Yeah.
We do have MGM Grand. Like,
So Grand Caesar?
well, maybe it just
Caesar Grand?
it's just Grand for a while,
Right.
and then eventually that somehow becomes.
That might placate Grand as well to not want to take such a huge chair,
give him a piece of it.
share, out of us opening his house to the
We
public.
call it Grand's place.
Yeah, you have not talked to Grant about this yet.
No, not at
Yeah,
all.
About
yeah,
what? About what?
Yeah.
Oh, the downstairs?
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be
turning
fun.
the downstairs
never-
into a casino.
You think he's going to go to the slave quarters?
yeah, it's true. That's why it's a speakeasy.
He never
you know
goes
what I
there
mean?
anyways. Go out the back door. Also, we're negating that we could just call it Chips.
We do like that.
True.
And maybe that the growth eventually is like we move from there to a bigger place.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, I'm sure that
Just Chips and Roses, you know?
it's a good name too. There's a lot of good names here.
There is.
Because then you've got, the rolls, and you've got
Yep.
the gambling.
Yep.
Oh, here comes Sheriff Barnaby.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, like, yeah, a lot of good plans in the world. Yeah. By the way, right this second you have Rusty's like nailing up like the windows of the churches. You know what I mean? He's trying to do all the. He's the one that's actually worried about the actual incoming invasion.
Right.
Yes, well, I've got a town to build and a town to protect, but I need to talk to Juan about getting this on the up and up.
I don't imagine it'll be too long. I mean, look at what he's done to my. You haven't seen my
but-
new apartments. Impeccable work.
Yeah. If you want to show him, you can walk through.
Sure.
Take a look. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it matches perfectly. It was put up way too fast.
Truly, the transition is seamless.
Yeah. What really? Why don't you give me a wits and awareness roll? Actually, Barnaby's already seen this room. That's when you were
Right.
walking in.
I'm not trying to put the phone on your butt, Olaf. Kind of am.
He's so needy today.
I rolled 4 fours. That's 2 successes.
Yeah, one of the ones. What really? It's not just the craftsmanship. You kind of think about, the carvings on your chairs in your own room. You see, like in this short amount of time, they would also be able to make a fresco of a sunset in the new room. You know what I mean? Like they're not just good; they're artistic. You know what I mean? There's pride in the work. It's not just the speed. It's not just the finery. There is general, almost perfection in this. This is Rome wasn't built in a day, but maybe with these guys it could have been.
But Hayworth was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Welcome to Haytown.
What's our town called?
You've not named it yet.
Not
It's
named
still
it.
the last stop.
I'm going to go talk to Juan and get that situated. Do you have any building plans, any schematics that you want, or is it more of a... I know you want it on the second floor with a balcony.
Yes, that looks down over the action, preferably. And I think 5 rooms to start, 3 that could be used while the other 2 are being flipped.
Okay.
Cleanliness is important after all.
And then the first floor will be a gambling area and a bar.
Yes, the balcony should really be the showstopper. It's the frame around my girls.
Absolutely. I write this down into my
It does also dawn on you that that Walt's also starting import-export businesses for tanning and that kind of stuff. So money will be transferring in and out of the town now. You can actually export, which is even better. You're importing supplies, but export is like a huge thing when it comes to. This is the SimCity part of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm gonna find Juan and then
Okay. Walking around, you surprisingly find him out in the garden in the back.
Okay. Juan, just the man I was looking for.
Oh, good to see you, Effie. He's got a couple of his friends, and they're chiseling down a new fountain. It's weird. It's just this plot of surrounded by roses now. It's just like this weird picket fence thing. There's like a deck, and he's like, is another very lewd water fountain like statue thing is being erected directly outside of it.
Not the only thing being erected.
Yeah.
Please step inside real quick, Juan.
Oh, okay, man. Look how happy.
Since you're here, I'm just gonna have Rose here with you. We have a bit of a project for you.
Oh,
Well, we've got a lot of things figured out. What we need now is entertainment for the people. The helter-skelter little bar is doing its job, but not well enough.
yeah. I'm tired of drinking in a tent.
Yeah. So, what we would like is a building right around the center of town, I would assume.
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
Close to the train stop, I think, would be advantage.
Okay. So nice location, and we would like a 2-story building. First story.
He's like writing down, you know.
So for first story to be a bar, a lovely bar. You know, I'm thinking piano, maybe some showgirls, and gambling, a casino.
You know, I heard of this wheel thing that they have. It was spinnings and.
Yes, I've seen that wheel. I will draw you what it looks like. But for now, you know, poker, so for men when they're getting off work to spend their hard-earned money, you know, maybe make some money, maybe lose.
Like a stage, like some place for entertainment and all that kind of good stuff.
Just something small. It doesn't need to be too large of a stage.
For now, it's more about the beverages and the money. You know, place to drink and gamble.
Does it have to be as good as the mansion? Because I got to tell you, Hefe,
No.
we're almost out of the marble.
You don't need any marble.
Oh.
So I'm going to let you have
Like you see the Chisler go.
whatever marble he wants.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
But don't get any ideas. And the second floor, a brothel.
Oh, my guys would like that very much, Hefe.
About 5 bedrooms, and then a beautiful, and I mean stunning, railing to bring the people in.
Showcase the wares, as
Showcase the
Like
wares.
outside Hefe or like inside Hefe?
it were.
Outside.
No, inside. Almost maybe the center of the second floor can be non-existent, so you can look down over the action in the bar, and the bar can see up and admire.
A nice staircase leading up to the fun.
Okay, Senorita Rose, we can do all these things, yes.
There is nothing better than a beautiful woman descending a staircase.
Oh, this is okay. So it's just we do have dues to pay the guys so they can go drink.
Of course.
You
Give
know,
me your rate, and I'll pay it now.
that is
Lump sum.
scratches down some numbers.
I walk back to the train. I say, one moment.
Yeah.
I walk back to the train. I come back with that amount of money.
All right.
Barnaby goes and checks his mailbox.
Yeah, right. there's a nice little welcome, like
Little welcome package.
yeah, right. I hope you like the fountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Do you like the fountain? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, it works out fine. Yeah. Surprisingly, he is like pretty.
It's his version.
He is crazy. He does not have human standards, but when it comes to vampires, he's very gracious. And, you know what I mean?
Radagast.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Very interesting in that way. Yeah. He goes, "Oh, that was quick. Yeah, we can get on it. Like maybe 1 week, 2 weeks. I mean, that's with all my guys.
It's incredibly quick.
That works for me.
All right. That means that I cannot work on any. If you want it that quick, that means I can only work one project.
The people need entertainment. They've got food. They've got water. And we're working on getting protection. Are you men? You men have protected this town before, it seems.
Oh, no. Too useful. You will not use my men to fight. Okay. They are the best in the world. You actually, for the first time, look around. They're like of all nationalities. They're as if he had gone like to.
Just fly.
Yeah, right, like-
Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you see the actual chiseler, like he's like straight up Italian. They all have a mustache, but I mean, like they're all different races. He's as if he'd combed the world for the best
Gotcha.
artisans and builders.
Well, that's fair. I'll worry about the rest of that, but that means your men must work hard, work fast, work accurately.
That's what we're here for, Effie.
Absolutely. Make sure they get paid.
They get drunk tonight, they work tomorrow.
Okay. That's
To the bar, to the tents. Fuck the tents. Fuck the tents. Fuck the tents. And they all.
You see, Rose, they're going to get inspired when they go to the tent and they realize what they're building. They're going to say, oh, it's going to be so good.
Yeah. So they all march off as they're doing. Unfortunately, your statue isn't completely finished, but they're headed off.
What's left of it?
All right, you tell me. It's your statue. It has to be lewd. It has to be.
lewd?
It has to be lewd.
If you don't have it, I've got it. Yeah.
Oh, because I have something, but it's probably not as.
Go for it. It's your statue.
Yeah.
So it's like.
It has water features.
It is yours, Ash.
Yeah,
So there's like it comes up from the bottom, like arching, and then has a bowl.
Okay.
And then on the bowl is it starts with little baby feet. And it comes up and it's a nice, like he's wearing like a little pair of like shorts or something. And then it comes over there down, and then his his wiener's out,
Mm-hmm.
he's peeing into the water, and then it stops.
Oh, okay, so it's just a brick on top of it. You know what I mean? Like that's the unfinished part.
bottom
It's so
half.
avant-garde. It's just a little boy
And it
peeing.
looks beautiful,
Yeah, right.
perfectly, like, and then it gets to a spot, and it's just like wiener, and then
It just
nothing.
that's where the end is.
Just a third, the lower third of a cherub.
That is hysterical. Yep.
and
No problem.
really large balls.
All right, fair enough. The hang in the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. In fact, he's that part's not marble. He's actually put like two like brass like chimes, like so that's your wind chimes as they blow in the wind. Yeah, right, there you go. That is
Real classy touch.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
Newton's cradle.
yeah, right. That is your statue until it gets finished. Although I hope it never does, because they kind of just like the unfinished continual block of marble.
We'll just keep coming up with
Part
different
of me's
projects
just like,
and bars it from
That's
him.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's nice.
stopped it right where you needed to.
Just sit there in my chair,
It's not too much.
like taking.
You know?
It's just enough.
It gives the viewer imagination.
Room to interpret.
See, what you didn't know was going to end in a horse body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was actually
I was gonna
that
say
was the artist's interpretation of it.
Or
Right.
just some torturous.
I
like-
call
Yeah,
it the
right. Oh,
reverse
God, yeah.
centaur.
Reverse. That'd be the worst.
Small penis, horse face.
The reverse centaur. We gotta have to put ChatGPT to make us a reverse centaur after this.
Oh God.
Jeez.
All right, you guys are looking around. You do hear there is construction happening. You do hear sounds from the church. Saws and nails are going in. You wanted to say that you wanted to go to the sheriff's.
Well, I think I'm. Is there anything there?
At the moment, no.
What?
Right.
No, one of the only buildings, like true finished buildings,
Oh, yeah.
is the sheriff's office that's connected to a jail.
Okay.
One of the things that brings out like hallmarks it is you still see like a few wooden stockades that have obviously been rained on. That's probably what they used in the beginning, until the jail was made.
So I will definitely go there, but I also want to stop and see Cowboy.
Okay.
Lotto, you could also be the warden instead of the sheriff. If you wanted to appoint somebody to be the sheriff for you,
Warden of the West.
you could be the warden of the West.
Sheriff sounds nice.
Man likes power.
All right.
The sheriff and the warden.
Right there you go.
I put away the badge that says warden.
Yeah. Right.
Shit.
Gotta get that retooled. All right. So I know where you're headed. Where the rest of you headed?
What is Alister doing? 'Cause Alister, okay, so I got your thing going. I'm excited for that to happen. I'm just gonna talk Phil and Rose about the dangers that are gonna
Yeah.
happen. I'm just like, if you have any ideas, I mean, we should probably talk to Shove.
Yeah.
Do I know about what that is?
Yeah.
You
Well,
were there. You were there. You know,
Yeah, and in your walk, you probably would have
Yeah.
filled him in at the very least. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Do you suppose that this is something that could be squashed by utilizing our friend Rusty? Do you suppose a conversation could be had?
it's a possibility, I guess, but from the way Rusty was talking, it was more of an inevitability.
Right.
There's an anger amongst those people, and
Understandably so.
they attacked us, they lost. As far as I'm concerned, the animosity is a little hypocritical, but they're mad about the way in which they lost their men and this, that, and the other thing, but I'm not really sure. I'm at a loss. I think protections are necessary regardless.
See, for myself, it's a matter of the inability to communicate, the language barrier.
I 100% agree. As you can tell, I'm not, when possible, I avoid conflict. I'll take an arrow if I have to, but I prefer not to.
Yes, as would I. I do know that there is something that has been developed to help with these communications. It's a sign language specific to the plains that helps communications between settlers and the native people.
That is a real thing.
Yep. And he actually has it.
Well, I don't. I've heard of it, but I've not acquired this skill. Do you know someone that has acquired this skill? Or?
Well, I haven't really asked around, to be honest.
Barnaby, are you still here?
No, I'm not.
No, well, I mean, you could overhear this last part of the conversation as you're headed. If that's your choice. I mean, like this happens so put together. You're a vampire unless they actively tell me that they don't want to be overheard.
Yeah, no, we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hear. I'm
Yeah.
I'm coming back down, getting
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
whatever. I'm getting milk. I don't know. Yeah. Not,
Make it a white Russian.
Yeah.
There's just a guy with a cow, rock two.
Just shot of vodka. You just
Yeah, right. Yeah.
or that's just over a white Russian
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, right.
lady.
a different show.
Das ist gut, yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So I hear and I'm just like, well, I actually am fluent in that sign language. What it's called.
I think it's Navajo plain speak.
I have it in my other sheet.
You know how to communicate with the signs.
I do. Old party trick.
Well,
This could be an invaluable skill, Barnaby.
I mean, I don't want more bloodshed. I would like to build this town unimpeded. You know,
I'm on the same level as you. I agree.
so
If I can help with the diplomacy, I will.
yes, perhaps if we could set something up, I could talk through you about what has happened.
A puppet.
Yeah, I mean, I would never call you a puppet, but if you would like to,
We
call
wouldn't
us-
have quite put it that way,
Oh,
Barnaby.
you fucking.
But they would be kinder to you, being as in tune with nature as you are.
Yeah, I agree.
So that is definitely. How would we go about such a thing? I don't want to send you out.
Well, maybe Rusty might be a good piece of this to have with me,
Yeah.
and I'm also there just for any communication issues and maybe other issues.
Okay. I would feel weird not being there. But I also,
I don't know if it's a good idea for you to be there.
yes,
We don't know what they think of you.
I didn't fucking.
Well,
they,
perhaps-
they lump us all. They lump us in a category.
Yeah. Well, my worry is that they'll consider it cowardly if a man who proclaims himself the leader of a town does not show up to
Yes.
the council.
I would say since you've learned the language, that means you've spent time with them.
Yeah.
So
I
you would
don't-
understand some of the cultural aspects of it. They would know to listen for heartbeat. They got their own kinds of magic. They got, you know what I mean? Like they are, you know, you have a little flashback, Rusty, of how big that arrow was that went through you.
Alister.
Alister, yeah.
Yep.
How big that arrow that went through you and the wound it would have left had the Mother of Flowers not,
Yeah.
you know. So that's kind of, you would know that do not generally get along with other vampires. You get a small, you know, like you get a hand up with them because of the type of vampire that you are.
Yeah. I think I have one. I feel like I have more of a kindred with them, and I think that they would understand that, and I think that you would add a level of
Discomfort.
discomfort. Agreed.
Well, in that case, I would say perhaps we could meet in a neutral place, somewhere in the middle. My worry, again, is that if asking a leader not to do something, but not having the other leader there is, I mean, I'm not familiar with the cultures of other people, but
And I am
From-
telling you that might be a bad idea.
which is why I'm saying if there was a neutral place to discuss these things amongst,
Or we just keep you close,
yeah, well, I'm just saying like
but out of sight.
a neutral area amongst leaders rather than a plea amongst the people.
Okay. That makes sense.
I feel that they would respect their chief, and you know, so that maybe that is what we can offer is, you know, a pre-war conversation.
Rusty would have quite a lot to say about all. He would have understandings of, because he can't talk to him, but I will tell you that his Russell can.
Right.
He is Joe Cowboy, man. That guy is he's living the good life and doing his dream, and he's damn good at it. So, not that you would know this, but Rusty would normally be part of this conversation.
But I wouldn't go into their camp. But
That sounds fair.
If they are open to a conversation before more blood is spilled, then we can find somewhere in the middle to have a neutral conversation. I think
There's
that-
tons of that space around here.
Yeah, I think that would be our best bet. Now that the train is gone, especially.
Yes.
That finally dawns on all of you for the first time looking down that empty track. you're on your. You're here now.
The point of no return has been reached.
So perhaps that's what we work on.
Sounds good. I'll start that.
And you're still headed towards your kind of peels off, leaving you guys in conversation.
Oh,
Go ahead and check the mailbox one more time.
And Barnaby, if you want to bring Thistle to Johnny for protection,
That was my plan.
It may help as well. They could be familiar faces.
good.
Yeah.
As long as we're on the same page.
But Johnny's been here. You've had the feeling for a while. You know,
I need you. Well, not alive because you're not alive, but I need you. Here. in
Top
town.
form.
So I don't want you killed by being a lone messenger. That's all I worry.
Understood?
All right.
I salute. I don't know why, but I salute.
Tip your top hat with your cane. Actually, no, you're still in safari gear, so
Machete. Ah!
yeah, right.
Cut a little.
Little niche into that rimmed hat. You know?
I just kind of look at him like, give him like the double gun.
My only hat.
All that.
Yeah, right. You find your way, asking some people. You probably find one of the orphans, one of the town criers out there, and they dredge you towards. He's got this like big double tent thing going on. It almost looks like two like teepees put together, going like the point doesn't go straight up; they go on the sides, almost like a circus tent, if you know what I mean. And you hear the sound of industry in there. You walk in, you see a bunch of bunk beds that have been ramshackled together with different discarded woods. You know what I mean? Like, and there's like multiple bunks against the wall. You see a nice little dining hall that they've done. All of this has just been scavenged, obviously. You see kids hurriedly eating gruel, you know what I mean? Like you see another kid that's cooking, what they've gotten with the scraps and whatnot. You see you see Cowboy. He's got his big brimmed hat on. It's a little bit too big for his head. He's got big glasses on that like kind of zoom into it. It almost reminds you of like the spectacle that the conductor had, because they are zoomed, and he's laying type, and he's putting those little word by word for tomorrow's story. Next to him, you see a familiar friend, or kind of friend. You see Kai, passed out. He's like surrounded by like a bunch of hay. You know what I mean? Like it looks like he's hurt. Looks like whatever he had to force to make that jump happen really was a lot for him. Yeah. He's at work. He's very focused in on what he's doing.
Do I know his name? Do I know his name?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He was right in the beginning. He introduced himself when he took the picture.
Yeah. Well, Cowboy.
He looks up, and it's quite shocking. Yeah. He looks down and goes, "Oh, Miss Barnaby."
You have made a pretty nice establishment for yourself here.
People need help. I'm here to help.
I understand that. How is our friend there?
Oh, Pups. Well, he looks pretty beat up, but he's fine other than that. I think if I just give him some food, he'll be right as range.
He was very helpful to me, and just let's say it that way. And I'd like to ensure he's okay.
That's interesting, Mr. Barnaby. I don't remember him. Is he your dog?
No, but we cross paths.
Well, you make friends quick, don't you, Mr. Barnaby?
And that's why I'm here, sir. I like what you guys have going on. I think that you have a real great thing. And being that my partner, Mr. Hayworth, is funding a lot of this, I would like to try to get some of that money or help to you and see if we can help you grow this.
Grow this, Barnaby Collins. Could use more food.
Absolutely. Done.
Well, shit. That's a pretty quick turn of events. You want in my other than just your kindly nature?
I think you provide a service with the way you communicate in your newspaper. I think you should continue to do that, and we should make that something that's a staple here in the last stop. And then I also think that with your appendages of the rest of your...
He looks over to his other other orphans.
I think you guys are a great source of information.
Oh, they all will wildly, I will tell you, Mr. Collins.
And I think
and they can get into small places. Why do you think the news here is so accurate?
And I think that your information will be very helpful to growing this town the way we would like to.
You flatter me, Mr. Collins. You flatter me. Very old-souled. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, he had to grow up real quick. Why don't you give me a wits and awareness roll?
I dropped my sheriff badge on the ground. Accidentally.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Come up pretty quick here, Mr. Collins.
Would you like to join me in my endeavor, sir?
He picks up as he picks up the thing and puts it in his other hand to shake your hand, you see a very steely-eyed, you know what I mean? Like this, it reminds you of your snake. You know what I mean? That just fearless in his age. That hat, you don't have to roll. With that drop, with your drop of your thing, I'm gonna negate the need because that was a real strong way to approach this. You see a man that the hat he's wearing that's too big, it was the hat of someone that he respected and loved. You see that the trade he's in, it's a very complicated trade. He had to be very well educated. He's taken over someone else's work. You can see that he's walking in his father's shoes, and he's become
Literally, those are his shoes.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
And his
no
hat.
joke. The boots are too big. You know what I mean? Like, it's you see the roughness, and then you see that he loved his father, so he's become a father for all the rest of the kids, and what that would do to a young boy, that responsibility, and that, I know that you like Baki, that glint of blue on the side of.
Yeah.
I think that you and me can be very good friends.
Baki, who notoriously had a phenomenal father.
Yeah, right.
Ready?
Yeah, right. It's just that,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
that.
I break a spine. No.
It's the regular people would know not to fuck with him. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking true grit. He's got quite a lot of points in it on his character sheet. So that handshake, although it's small, is firm.
Yeah.
Calloused.
Yeah.
You let me know what you bring the food. Now I can get my little doves to fly in whatever nest you want.
Well, I think we have an understanding then.
Sheriff. And you see him take the entire thing he's working on, and he dumps it over, and very deftly starts putting it in, and you're kind of looking over his shoulder as he you can see a small smile go across his lips. New sheriff in town.
Law and order on the horizon.
Yeah, right. Boys, do you mind getting a picture for me? They sit up immediately and set up the tripod. One of them goes, smile, as you hold up the badge, and we're going to end the episode right there. Thank you. Oh, by the way, you still got to talk to the actual sheriff, but
Details.
yeah, right,
we'll take care
yeah. We're gonna end the episode.
New sheriff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us here at Vampires and Vitae. Please remember to like and subscribe. We know we got a lot of you listening, and hardly any of you subscribe. So if you could help us out that way,
Yeah, where you at, bro?
Fantastic. At least that like button. It's one button. Thank you for joining us.
If we get to 250 subscribers, I will personally give you an Applebee's gift card worth $50.
Who? Me?
To all of them?
Yeah.
All
us?
of you. No,
Oh yeah.
fuck those guys. No. I'm taking us to Applebee's.
Yeah,
Come on.
taking us out.
Half price apps.
There we go.
He's hovering on the button and as soon as you said, fuck those guys.
Yeah, nope. Yeah, right.
No, come back.
Yeah, and always remember, take a big bite out of life.
The episode name is going to be A Young Boy's Appendage.
Oh, God.